Program alarm 1201. You will go on the 1201 Roger, go 1201.
Welcome to it.
I'm not sure if we on. We might be. We might be on. Yo, man, we are on. Welcome. I don't know, cause I don't even know. Cause sometimes I be messing up. This gum tastes good though.
Oh yeah, bro. That's why. Hey, listen.
I just feel on the side of the mouth.
Good luck doing
That's what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
Yo, man, we are on finally. We are back on. This is gonna be 50 intros on this.
You gonna be eating chicken on that. So eating chicken. What was Jay eating the whole time? You chewing gum.
That's some good gum. You don't have to give me a second. You can pause that.
Nah, let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, give it rolling. It's mad B-roll.
Yeah.
This is mad good. I can't even front.
I mean, listen, it's my favorite one.
5 and 10.
Oh, 5.
5. All right.
This is the one with those commercials, right?
they listen, 5 was good.
Yeah. Cut the check, 5.
I chew it when I make beats.
Cut the check. I feel like a whole pineapple in my mouth. Pause.
Oh, really? So we gonna talk about pineapples like that? Which is good, by the way. I don't know why people don't like chicken and pineapple.
They hate on it.
That goes together. It tastes great.
People hate on the pineapple pizza. They say you can't do it.
Man, forget them. That chicken, the way that pineapple hit that cheese, bro.
Pineapple and ham is the first one I had.
Like I can't just eat pineapples with no meat on it. Now you gotta have something to kind of.
Oh, you mean you can't just eat pineapple, like a slice of pineapple?
Like no pineapple, and if you're talking about pizza.
Oh, on a pizza?
Yeah, you can't just do pineapple
like by itself.
Yeah,
no, that don't make sense.
Yeah,
some type of, I guess, protein.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They do the ham, they do the chicken. Would you do the pineapple if it was barbecue?
Nah.
You still won't do the barbecue pizza?
Nah, barbecue pizza so good.
Just will not do it.
Great, bro. Barbecue goes on barbecue food, not my pizza.
I dig that. Barbecue goes on barbecue. Ayo, we are on, man. Welcome to another episode of 1201 the podcast.
Yo.
I'm your host, So It Go Jay. My co-host.
What's good? It's your boy Twizzleman56. Follow me at Twizzleman, Twizzle Man, MAN 56.
That's right. You can follow me at So It Go J with all underscores in between. Real simple. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Twiz.
What's good?
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm tired.
You tired?
We both need a haircut. My joint is woofing.
Listen.
But we here for you.
You ain't got a hat on.
We here.
See how bad mine
I'll tell you
is.
something.
If I go to school Monday without my haircut, my students are gonna roast me.
They gonna roast you?
Yeah. They gonna roast me.
What are you gonna say? What kind of roasting session they be doing? Yo, shout out to school one time.
Yeah, shout out to my students in New Vision, man. It was good, y'all.
Shout out to New Vision, man.
Nation, what's happening?
Yeah. We had a couple of the students from New Vision pass through, you know what I'm saying? They've been kicking with us here on production day, the Mastermind production day. They've been actually, a lot of good talent you got out there, man. Aside from the fact they're good artists.
Man, yes, it's a lot of good young artists. And
they can engineer they butts off, you know what I'm saying?
They're doing it all, man.
Yeah.
And they're doing it at a younger age, which is a good thing. And listen, the people who are in the studio right now are people who didn't see themselves in there, and now they're in there making a lot of music.
Really? How did that all come about? They just kind of, this program popped up and they were just like,
man, they just knew they wanted to do a program to where it allows students to express themselves and get themselves out there in a different way. And music has always been, and even more so now, a way to communicate with one another, and really just stuff we can get along with on there. So
yeah, and I'm glad the educational department, all the schools across the country, they're putting more and more music back, or more and more money back into the arts.
Please.
You gotta save the arts, man. The arts are important.
Please.
Whether it's drama, whether it's acting, whether it's music, whatever it is, just we gotta save the arts. We gotta protect the arts at all costs. Shout out to New Vision. Shout out to all the charter schools, all the schools in general that are keeping the arts alive, man. Keep doing your thing. Yo, man, we gotta get back into this music. A lot of stuff's been going on. I really wanted to just kick it off with a couple things, like as far as like the new rappers, the new age rappers, new generation of artists that are coming out.
What about them?
And are they getting their fair chance? Like
Absolutely.
I'm looking at a lot of what I would consider now an OG.
Yeah.
Like Meek Mill, he's still,
You consider Meek Mill OG?
I kind of at this point do consider Meek Mill an OG because he's put out a handful of projects. You know what I'm saying? There's been quite a amount of years in the game. He's not, like double OG, triple OG status, but
I feel like he's on his way. Like he's established.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say OG status quite yet, but he's very close.
What about the OGs though? Do you feel like they're giving the younger generation a chance, a fighting chance, a fair chance?
It just depends. It depends on what their outlook is. I was one before that really couldn't get with a lot of the newer artists that are out right now, but one thing I will say that working at the school has done for me has opened up a new thought of how they do music. There's a lot of good music out there that's newer,
Yeah.
but it's just a different lane. It's a different kind of lane that it's in. Now, I still have a criteria where you still have to have say stuff in your lyrics. Like you ain't about to just mumble rap me to death. That's not happening. You gotta say something.
Substance.
You gotta say something.
Gotta have some substance.
You know what I'm saying? But the production is best as it's ever been.
Yeah.
On a lot of things. And I would say that the ones who think longevity, you gotta adapt.
Yeah.
You gotta adapt. If you don't adapt, then you're just gonna look like that old stubborn old guy that's not willing to accept and always talk about in my day, in my day, in my day.
You know, that's what I
Not
feel
gonna
like. That's what I feel like is going on. I feel like a lot of the fans that are older and that cling to the older generation, they're really just shooting down the newer generation of artists just because of that. They're just clinging to the old school.
The music we listen to, you think our parents would listen to that? They thought it was crap.
No, it was always a generational gap.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "This isn't music."
Yeah,
I remember them always saying stuff like that to me. This isn't real music.
Grandpa was like, this ain't music, young
Yeah,
blood.
yeah.
It's this song, this
Yeah.
song, this is what real music is.
We got an opportunity to do a meet and greet, a networking event here in New York with Balanced Breakfast. Shout out to Balanced Breakfast. Yeah, man, their at is Balanced Breakfast with no vowels, so just skip all the vowels and it's Balanced Breakfast.
Okay.
At that meeting, mind you, we did pop up a little bit after it started, but at that meeting there was an OG there doing the same thing, kind of preaching a little bit, and he's been in the game for a lot of years. No, not going to discredit him.
Yeah.
I definitely know who he is. I'm not going to shout him out, but he's definitely doing his thing, and he's definitely looking out by sharing his knowledge, and we appreciated that.
Yeah.
But I felt that kind of stance. I felt that kind of back in my day. This is how it was done. Well, you know,
Not your day no more,
to
bro.
quote Kanye, homie, it's not your day no more. You know what I'm saying? Homie, this is my day.
And to be honest with
Or these younger artists' day. You know what I
you
mean?
gotta find that balance, bro. And that's where it's hard for a lot of people. They don't know how to relate to the things that's out now. The ones who are relevant and can find that balance, they'll use some of the principles and the sounds that they have and that happen in that day and what's new. I mean, if you think about it, that the song pops in my head is the Cardi B and what's his name?
Kodak.
No, the singer. I can't think of his name. Save my life right now. Oh God, dog.
I know who you're talking about. He got the curly hair, right?
Yeah, what's his name?
He did the
God.
I can't think of it now.
You can say it, man.
You can say it.
Go ahead and say it.
Bruno Mars. Shout out, yo.
How you forget, Jay?
You gonna have me talking about
Bruno?
how I forget.
Dang,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but they did that. The Teach Me Baby. You know how they made it sound like a '90s type song,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of songs today are sampled from '90s songs.
Absolutely.
So you got to find that balance, because like Beyonce came with the Before I Let Go. A lot of people, oh no, that's Frank Beverly and Mays. That's the original song. But Beyonce was like, look, I'm gonna redo it to where the new generation can resonate to it.
Yeah.
And that's smart.
Yeah, I think
you get it.
I think I know a handful of Motown songs that like 3 or 4 different artists did the same Motown song, and they did it within like a couple years of one another.
Yeah.
So it's not like they waited 10 or 20 years like some of these artists are
You
doing.
gotta think about most of the hits. Like we're old enough. We're like 80. We were born in the 80s and then grew up in the 90s. So in the 90s. When Puff Daddy had all that stuff, and I had to say Puff Daddy, not
Juicy Fruit when he redid that for Biggie.
Yeah, come on. All those were samples. Been Around the World, that was a sample.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
The Roxanne sample,
Yeah,
all of that.
All of that is samples. You know what I'm saying? Even earlier, what's the other?
All the stuff he did with the Locks.
Yeah.
All the stuff he did with
Dr.
Mace.
Dre, most of this stuff was
Yeah.
samples. But it was just in that era, it was what it was.
That that one song, that piano riff that Scott Storch does for Dr. Dre. That's another, I can't remember the name of the song either.
Yeah.
Oh man, but a lot of that stuff was sampled out. A lot of that stuff was sampled out.
This generation's version of what they hear in the music that they heard once upon a time. And it's just their wave now.
Absolutely.
Back then, we was like, oh, that's fresh. But older people who loved the original songs to those samples hated it.
They just hard headed.
Look, the younger generation.
No, the older
Older
generation.
generation? Hard headed. I would say hard headed. I would say stubborn.
How's that not the same thing? I'm gonna go with hard headed.
So you gotta think hard headed is when you know and you still choose to not do
I think
it.
a lot of them are hard headed.
saying?
If that's how you gonna define
But
it.
stubborn is like
Because I think they know. I think they know better, and
Stubborn-
they still acting up.
stubborn is not even wanting to know.
Ignorant, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've said what I said. I don't care.
I'm sticking to my guns.
Yeah, that's it. I
Sticking
don't
to
care.
my guns.
That's it. I'm good.
I mean, speaking of like the newer artists that are kind of like attaching themselves to the music they know and sampling that. You know, you put me on to the Lil Uzi Vert album. That album actually just dropped.
I was so surprised because I don't listen.
Within a couple of days of us taping, right?
Yeah, I'm so surprised because I'm like my students.
You were surprised, but I got the text from Twitter saying, "Yo, check out the Lil Uzi Vert album. It's fire."
Listen, I said check out Lil Uzi Vert. Now that tell you something.
I looked at my phone about 3-4 times, make sure this was Twiz. Like
Spam
Twiz.
mail.
Nah, somebody hacked him. Somebody hacked Twiz phone and just telling everybody to check out Lil Uzi.
Right.
No, but I listened to his advice.
fire,
I played it on the way home, and there was a song on there he sampled. Was it NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? I Want It That Way. Who
I
sings
want
that?
it that way. I believe that's Backstreet.
It's probably Backstreet.
Yeah.
Whichever one of it. Backstreet is. I'm getting a nod from my director right now. So it's Backstreet. He sampled that into a record, and that's actually a hit.
Listen,
The sample isn't literally their lyrics. It's not literally a sample from the song, but he sampled that cadence.
Yeah.
But he switched the cadence up a little bit, which was really refreshing.
Definitely did their job.
His whole production was amazing. You know what I mean?
It was fire.
I think Tyler, the creator, told him he needed to go harder on his beat, so he must have listened.
I'm not a big fan of Tyler Creator.
You're not? Is it because he's dark? Is it because he said some really rambunctious, like,
I mean, listen.
He's mad
at some point in time, like.
he's mad disrespectful. Remember
know,
when he used to curse out Bruno Mars?
Yeah, but I listen to most of clean music, but I still respect the music industry, and his music just really doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't. I feel like man just
He's changed. He's changed. That Igor album that he put out.
Grammy. Like that's how you know they were just
Because he's changed. He did a lot like what Childish Gambino did with his album. That
I feel like Childish Gambino is underrated.
yeah.
Like I like his music.
Like he reminds me of like what Prince was doing.
Who, Childish Gambino?
Yeah.
Prince?
I mean, he's
That's
not
strong.
yeah, that might be a little bit too
Yeah.
much to say right there. But
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about like something that's abstract, you know what I mean? Like still touching on Lil Uzi Vert's album, that's an abstract album.
Yeah.
What Tyler the Creator did,
How
that
long
was
was that wait?
2.5 years.
2.5 years?
2.5 years.
Did they ever say why his label said that? Oh, somebody said 3.
3? It was 3 years.
Yeah.
2.5. Yeah, so 3
what was the
years.
deal with his label not making him drop that?
So the label was actually Atlantic, I believe,
Yeah.
that was holding him up from putting any new
purpose?
music. Well, I don't know the legalities. I don't know the actual details of the contract, but it probably has something to do with the fact that you can't release albums till you recoup. You know, it's a stipulation in most of these artists' albums.
I got you.
Or excuse me, most of the artists' contracts. Yeah, until you recoup off of Love Is Rage,
Right.
which I don't understand how you can't recoup off Love Is Rage. I got some of the numbers off Love Is Rage, and those numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
Lil Uzi's numbers are ridiculous off the rip.
Yeah.
We're going to get more into that off the break. We're about to hop over to a break, and then we're probably just going to jump right into Lil Uzi because I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about when it comes to him and his catalog and Love Is Rage. Before we touch the break, though, Love Is Rage pulled off $135,000 the first week.
175,000.
135K the first week. That was first week of release. You know, nowadays with the fact that Spotify runs everything, Pandora, Amazon, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, all of these other streaming sites, and YouTube, since everything is all mainly stream based, they've condensed the way that the units are monetized. So it's like maybe 10,000 streams to an album sale. So it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It needs to be reformed in the industry for that.
I got a question for you too when we come back from the break about that.
Make sure you hold that.
Hey, I got you.
Definite. Matter of fact, we're going to head to a break. We're going to catch you right back after this.
We have a program alarm, 1201. You will go on the 1201. Roger, go 1201.
Hey, yo, man, we are back. Welcome back to 1201 the podcast.
Yes, sir. My dog.
My dog. It's Twizzleman56. That's TWIZZLEMAN 56. Yeah, man, So It Go J. That's So It Go J with all underscores in between, man. Make sure you following us on Insta. You're going to check all the links. Check out The Journey.
Right.
Check out Brown Liquor. Check out That's All. About to be so long. About to be a couple other tracks we got on deck.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that vibe. Man, listen, the
Vibe
vibe.
Zone's going to be sick. And the Vibe Zone remix. And we just got it, a location for the video.
Man, I can't
It's going to be
wait.
sick.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a nice little spring. Yeah, man. You want to just shout out real quick. Shout out to 132 Philo World. Shout out to OTM. Shout out to Duff Media. Always keeping it crispy. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Show, the whole team. The King Indeed. You know what I'm saying? Remo.
Yeah.
Shout out to Remo. We linked up with you
Didn't know
today.
you knew the king, bro.
Yeah, man. Didn't know you know KI. Small world out here. It's a small big city, as we was talking about earlier today. Small big city. Shout out to everybody showing love, man. You know what I'm saying? We always rocking with you. You rocking with us. Before we hit the break, we was talking a lot of Uzi.
Right.
A lot of Uzi facts. I got Uzi facts for days. You dig?
Facts.
But it was something you wanted to ask me too.
Yeah, so I don't want to take you off topic because I know we're talking
That's right.
Uzi, but it's kind of a two-part question. So number one, do you think that strategically planning, that waiting is better, or how do you know you're hot enough to wait to drop an album? Because I believe, we talked about Wayne when he dropped the Carter, when that dropped.
And went number one.
To me.
No bad projections were terrible.
Yeah,
We called it wrong.
yeah. I'm talking about the first one.
Oh.
The Carter, what was that? The first one he dropped, was that the Carter 4 that took forever? Or was it the last one?
The last one was the Carter 5. That's the one that.
Carter 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
And before that was Sorry for the Wait.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's
So
still.
do you think it's more like, how do you know when you're hot enough to do that? Like, because were you expecting Uzi to have a dope album after waiting 3 years? Did you expect that?
I liked the single he dropped before the album.
Okay.
I was rocking with that single.
Okay.
2 singles he dropped before the album. Let me correct myself.
Okay.
But nah, he kind of caught me off guard when he dropped. I didn't know he was coming. Pause. I didn't know he was gonna drop music. But yeah, nah. I mean, the projections are crazy for him. They talking 3 1/4. That's 325,000 units sold. You can imagine how many streams. You know how many streams his album did? Eternal Take did in 24 hours?
How many?
Take a guess.
I would say
Millions. But take a guess.
I probably would say anywhere between 50 and 75 million.
You hit it. About 47, 50 million. First day. All for one album. Not a catalog. You put me onto his catalog numbers. His catalog numbers are even crazier.
Yeah. I think that's 58. 58 total catalog.
Total catalog. So that's A Love Is Rage. That's all the other singles. That's probably the one where he's with the Migos like, yeah, for like 3 minutes.
Right.
I love that song too.
Listen, that's just whew.
All the songs that are getting charted off that too are crazy. I love the one with Sid. That Urgency song that treat my dark skin like my red bone, tell my red bone, call my red phone.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole different lane for him.
Snapped from that.
Whole different lane for him. And it's crazy that he drops a week after Lil Baby. I thought Lil Baby was gonna at least run things for like 2 weeks. Lil Baby.
Think it's better Vert or Lil Baby?
Oh, Vert. Because I've heard Vert. Yeah, honestly, I've heard Vert rap opposite of the style he raps now. Back when he was kind of doing something a little bit more Philly,
Right.
a little bit more, I don't want to call it backpack rap, but he was a lot more lyrical, a lot more, what's the best word? His cadences were more percussive, like that.
True.
And he's got bars, you know what I mean? He's even got a couple songs on the album, on this album, where he flexed that a little bit.
True.
So I know he's got it in him. So that's why I feel like.
That's why I like it, because he's actually spitting like bars.
But I won't front though. This My Turn album from Lil Baby, he showed a whole nother side of his catalog, a whole nother side of his style. Because all of his music before, when he was dropping nothing but features, he had like maybe 1 or 2 of his singles, but he was featured on everybody else's track and everybody else's album. It was just nonstop features. So he was sounding the same. He was starting to sound redundant. And then he drops this project, and he's coming left field with a lot of different sounds.
I just wanted to be the engineer that was in a session, and I used to get him confused with The Baby when they first came out.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's Little Baby? All right, I was like, the baby, Little Baby. Which baby is it?
No, because it was Baby, like Baby, like Birdman
Yeah,
Baby.
I know it was Bird Baby, but then it was like, they did the same, they did the song together.
Oh yeah.
So it was like The Baby and Little Baby, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's too many babies. Like, what's going on?
In the interview, he was talking about he had actually did a song prior to that with Baby.
Yeah.
And they seen each other at South by Southwest.
Wow.
Even when the Baby had that marketing scheme. Remember when he was out there? I think it was a year to 2 years before he actually blew. And he was out there in the actual diaper.
Right.
With the binky and all that. You shaking your head, but that worked.
Yeah.
Because a year later, he's charting.
That's.
He's getting about $1 million a show now, man.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yo, his booking agent is on fire.
Yeah.
Just booked him and another artist, I can't remember his name, but the two standing for Vegas.
Yeah.
And that whole camp, SCMG, I believe it is, SC Music Group.
Yeah.
That whole camp is crazy. I've been listening to a lot of Tootsie 2 times.
Yeah.
I've been playing that in the car. That's some tracks I was playing on the way up to Manhattan.
Okay.
Man, they got a lot of good music coming out of Atlanta and South Carolina. I mean, Atlanta been holding it down, but I think
surprised Carolina's popping up though.
Really is. Really
They
is.
ain't been hot since Petey Pablo.
Yeah, that take your shirt off. But they had no other artists come out. I mean, the Carolinas had J. Cole. But
Yeah,
can you reclaim that? Because J. Cole is from Queens too.
He's from Queens?
Well, not from Queens. It's Peoples. It's all in Queens. Like Bass is in Queens.
Okay.
I think his right hand man is from Queens.
Yeah.
So, but Carolinas though, Fayetteville.
Yeah, shouts out to Fayetteville.
But can we count Drake though?
Drake's Canada.
Not Drake. J. Cole.
J. Cole?
I kind of see the same person when I think of them two people, man. But anyway.
J. Cole. I mean, he reps North Carolina. He has no shame with that. But
Who would you consider more North Carolina, more the Carolinas though?
Who?
The Baby or Cole?
The Baby.
Right.
Baby for sure.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. The situation that happened when his plane couldn't make it and he ended up doing like
he did his whole set over the FaceTime.
Yeah.
He FaceTimed his whole set into the concert.
His whole set.
Yeah, that DJ was going buck too.
Like, come on. Like,
That DJ was going buck.
He is Charlotte.
That's
He
crazy.
is Charlotte.
And Lil Baby's project did good numbers too. 188.
Yeah.
I think if you crossing over 100,000, you won.
Facts.
In this day and age with the
Facts.
streams, you won.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
188,000. We were doing the breakdown. You did the math earlier while we was in the car.
Yeah, that's anywhere between 5 to 7 stacks.
5 to 7.
5 to
A million
8,000.
streams will break down to about $6,000, right?
Probably.
So if Lil Baby, not Lil Baby, Lil Uzi Vert
Oh
got
no, a million streams is probably like maybe 4.
4,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with that number. So Lil Uzi Vert does 44 million streams, full catalog.
Yeah.
Now I know he don't own his master, so that money ain't going to him, but whoever is collecting, just check on that. We're talking 44 million times 4,000 a million. You're looking at about $250,000. $250,000 in revenue just went to that label, which I think it was either Atlantic or 300. He's got one of those weird split deals too.
Yep.
That's the thing. You coming out here now, you just want to take all these different deals from all these different companies and entities, and now they all own a chunk of your masters, your royalties, and so on and so forth. We've been stressing this for forever.
They want those masters.
Imagine if he owned his own music, doing 44 million in a day.
Yeah. But that's the hard thing about that, man. You unless you know or you came underneath somebody, you're gonna end up having to have a label or artist. To reach that amount of people, you're gonna have to have somebody who has the context to do that.
You still believe in that?
You still gonna have to do that.
You can still get the booking
He's like,
agent.
nah. He's like, nah.
You can still get the booking agent, and they can still get you the shows.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's all about independent. Don't get it twisted. But just know that the type of success that you're looking for, all these artists out here that's on, they got deals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ross was on like 3 different deals. Jeezy had like 5 different deals. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like,
Jeezy just got his masters back too. He was telling me.
Yeah, of course. He made enough bread to do that. But that's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
Jay helped him do that too.
Like,
you know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there are people like Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper is independent all the way up there. But
His last album flopped.
But I'm just saying the longevity.
He did better when he dropped that 3 record.
But he was hungry then. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he done won so many awards. He's on top of his game.
You think he
got
did too
married.
good? He did the Super Bowl ad with the Doritos,
Yeah.
got
So
that
he's
big
still
wedding.
He's still doing things, but right now
Oversaturated himself?
I don't even say oversaturated. I think he's at a place right now where he's, I don't want to say content, but he's content. You know what I'm saying? He's
I think he
content right now.
oversaturated himself.
I don't think
I think he put too much stuff out there.
I think he's just he's just content right now.
Yeah.
This man is enjoying life. He's coasting.
Yeah.
And when you're coasting, your best is not necessarily there. You don't got that hunger right now. Now, when he may come out with another album, probably down the line, that album's gonna be fire.
I think he might make people wait.
Yeah,
like Uzi
he
did.
Needs to. He's chill.
Yeah.
Uzi really didn't. I don't know if that was on purpose though. That was kind of like a, all right, well, when you gonna come out with some more music? Well, I got this thing tied up. Well, I gotta take care of business and come out. There's some artists that choose. I would say Drake is great at that. Drake chooses to come out.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I don't have to come out right now.
Over the course of the last couple weeks before we taped the last episode, Drake dropped two songs back to back. It was the Chicago Freestyle and another song I can't remember.
One that's out right now. That's fire.
He sampled the Jay-Z song, the song Cry.
Yeah.
And that's the one he shot the video in Marcy.
Yeah.
And they had the viral video out there, him out there, where he shot the video and he bounced. But then his footage in his music video showed that he walks over to the crowd, shakes people's hands, says what's up, gives them dap.
I love rapper Drake. I love rapper Drake.
Why?
Singing Drake, but rapper Drake got bars.
Yeah.
Rapper Drake got bars.
Yeah.
That's what really made me a fan when I heard a lot of his mixes.
You think you should go back to comeback season? Comeback season Drake is the best Drake?
Man, listen.
Or Thank Me Later?
I wasn't a big fan of Thank Me Later.
Because all the singing.
Yeah, it's too
He
much.
went R&B.
Too much singing.
He went R&B.
I mean, I get he can do both. He's very talented to do both.
You don't believe in Drake as a singer?
He's a great harmonizer.
Yeah.
He can harmonize. And all you have to do is harmonize in this game these days, and you're good to go.
Speaking of another good harmonizer, Janae Aiko just dropped.
Oh my God.
She dropped the same week.
Her album's fire.
Yeah, 95K.
She got it going on.
95K first week out. Pretty strong numbers.
Yeah, for a singer especially.
Yeah, I don't think the R&B is putting up as much numbers as the hip hop right now.
R&B is, to be honest with you, R&B is in a weird place right now. You know, there's no like front runner. There's no, you hear Queen Naja, you hear her. You hear a lot of
her actually made a lot of noise during Grammy season.
Yeah, those.
Her made a lot of noise.
I feel like they're really doing, but there's really no, stranglehold. Like this person is the one that's the new. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the fighter. Like you know how Beyonce and Rihanna was like the top two. They had the game on lock as far as R&B singers.
It seemed like Rihanna bowed out though.
She didn't. I don't want to say she bowed out. She ended up going to different ventures.
Yeah, the Fenty line, the Puma
she
line,
do all
the
that.
makeup.
She was like, I'll wait on the music till. And then,
She made a good lick off that stuff too.
Listen, she was with Rock Nation for the longest time. So she was already eating off of that.
Yeah, and she was getting her residuals.
Yeah.
Her records been making money.
She could drop a song today. That job would probably. I remember when she came out with the song, "Better Have My Money." Like that song was.
That was a fire record.
Yeah, that song.
She
went
put out a
viral.
couple good joints.
That song
I'm not a. If you've been watching the pod, I'm not a Rihanna fan.
You're not a Rihanna fan?
You know I'm not a Rihanna fan. You gonna act surprised? You know, I was like, it sound like she got a. What's that thing you clip on your nose and be singing like she sing like she on nasally?
No, don't.
She do. She sing like she nasally. I couldn't engineer a session for her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She fine.
Fire,
she was
bro.
fine in that picture. That one episode we talked about that
man.
picture. Yeah, she was fine.
No, she's fire as far as. I want to say, I'm not going to say I like all her music's fire, but she got some songs.
Yeah.
She got some songs.
She definitely got songs. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Are they good songs? But anyway. But listen, man. Speaking of, Ron could go to Walmart now and get that nose thing checked out. Because it's free healthcare at Walmart. Listen, Walmart is really coming for the bag. Walmart is not playing.
Walmart is a monopoly.
So now, I told you, right? They're opening up a healthcare division in each Walmart. And they're going to offer things like dental, medical checkups for $30 out the door. No insurance. They're just coming into Walmart. You go into the doctor area they have, can you imagine the line at that Walmart doctor's office?
I don't think it's going to be that bad because it's going to kind of be like, you ever had like those, they're not
urgent
hospitals.
care.
Yeah, like an urgent care. That's the kind of model I see with that. Like, you go there if you just need, because, you think about it, you already go, some people go there already for pharmacy, you know what I'm saying, just to get their prescriptions filled. And people go there for like eye exams and stuff like that. And then you got to think about it. You can go to Walmart for other things too. Like some Walmarts have food places in there.
Almost all of them got it.
Yeah, exactly. They got that in there, and then they got the nails in there.
That's the only place you can literally go get some chicken wings, some condoms, some liquor.
All of that.
And a prostate exam.
All that.
If you really wanted it. If you really wanted it.
They got everything. So I mean, I'm not even surprised
Bruh.
that they tap into that. But just know their stuff is gonna be like urgent care. So don't go there expecting a whole lot.
Don't go there expecting to get real good quality care.
Yeah, no.
You realize you're going to Walmart.
And they probably have. I wouldn't be surprised if they had students in there really just kind of administrating.
You think?
I mean, that would be lucrative for them.
That's crazy.
To have students.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
MDs that's gonna be in there.
That.
That's true too. That's true too. Listen, I don't know. I'm gonna pull up just to see what it's looking like. I'm gonna give him a blood pressure check.
You better get your prostate.
Nah, chill. See, you bugging. You bugging. I'm about to give him a blood pressure check.
That's what they call them these days.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna talk about the other thing, man, but I don't think I want to touch on that beer virus, that beer that's out here getting everybody sick. I don't think I want to talk about it.
Listen, no.
I'm not gonna touch it, man.
Don't do it.
Maybe on the next go round. Maybe on the next one, man. Listen, as always, if it's your first time checking us out, we love you. We appreciate you. If you're checking us out from the last time, even more so. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hitting that subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell some kin. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to catch you on the next go round.
You know it.
Twizzleman56, so it go J. Make sure you following 1201 the podcast at TWELVE_OH_1. Man, peace and love. Catch you on the next one.
We out.
We out.